Alright, so good day everyone. So my name is June. So welcome back to my channel. So this time we have a new topic, but before that, I give you the recap on our last video, guys. So on our last video, the topic was all about the Google Classroom management and how to remove, update, sort and delete the Google Class using laptop and mobile phone. Now, if you missed that video, guys, you can check that one in my channel playlist, right? So now for today's topic, guys, we're going to talk about on how to add, remove the student in your class. Okay, two ways of adding and adding the student. So I'm going to show you on my laptop as well as on my cell phone. All right, so we have the laptop mode and cell phone mode. So let's start. I already created here two class. Right, two class. We have Saint Augustine and Saint Peter, grade 11 and grade 12. So let's say for example this. Right, so let's click this Saint Peter class. So of course, guys, you might be wondering, so how does the student get in, or what are the ways that the student will get in my classroom or get into my classroom? So if you notice, guys, there is a class code here, right? So this class code, guys, this class code is used for your student to enter your class. All right. So I'm going to click this one. So this is the class code GQ4R BTF, right? So I'm going to get my student. All right. So I'm going to get my student. I'm going to um, open the guest. All right. So it's gmail.com. So here, so I have the student here already. All right. So let's say for example, this email address is leadion.deped@gmail.com. All right. So a few tips, guys. Make sure that you let your student create a new email address. Otherwise, if you let your student use their personal or private, like personal email address, guys, there are lots of temptations. For example, if they try to open the Gmail, there are some notifications about their Facebook, about their Twitter, about their Instagram. So make sure you let your student create a new, fresh Gmail account. Right? So now this time I have this. Actually, this is my personal email address of DepEd, and this is the company email address. All right, for the DepEd. So now this time, this one here is my student, and this one is as a teacher. So I want my student to get into my classroom. So first of all, guys, if you're a teacher, make sure you have this class code. So where to locate the class code, guys? I will go back to the classes. Click the Saint Peter. This is the class code underneath the grade 12 or the name of your class name. So click that one. This cursor type, I don't know, this square box. It's just like a QR code. So click that one and copy. Right click, copy. So as a student here, so for example, I already log on my student account, classroom. There you go. So if you notice, guys, there is no class here. So how to let your student get into your classroom, right? So this is the class code. You give this class code, guys, to your student. For example, I'm a student right now here. On my right screen, right corner of my screen, add join a class. I click the plus sign, join a class, then right click and paste the class code. So if you notice, this is a class code. So double check 4YHA7 HA7HW, right? So let's try to join. Let's wait. Ask your teacher of the class code, then enter it here. Right. This is the first way to enter. Right. There you go. So I have entered. So if you notice, this is the student section here. So look at that. So it's just stream, classwork, and people, teacher. And the other side, wait, sorry, wait. Right, on the other side, here as a teacher, you have stream, classwork, people, and grades. Right, so you have four. And as a teacher, you will see the student here. So that's how you enter the student into your classroom. Now, second way to let your student, or before that, I'm going to remove this one. So to remove the student, guys, just click here, the box, then give some actions, right? So you have three as a teacher. You have three actions here: email, remove, or mute. So if you try to click email, which means you send some emails to this student, this one, right? If it is unchecked, of course, actions will no longer available. So you need to check the student, or you select a student from the list of your class, right? So for example, I'm going to remove this one. This is how you remove the student, guys. Check, then remove. Then if you talk about mute, it's just like you let the student cannot interact with you, right? So if going to refresh the student part, I already removed the student. If we try to refresh the student part, so no law, okay, there is no classroom available for my student account. All right, next. Another way, let's go to the class. Another way to enter, or to let your student enter your classroom is you enter the student email address manually. So the first one, guys, is the student will input the join class. The second one on how to enter or let your student get into your class. So as a teacher here, if your student don't know how to get into your classroom or class, then as a teacher you get the student, right? So you go to the people menu here, the people menu, then there is a icon here. So it states that this icon is add a student, right? You can also add a teacher if you want, invite a teacher. So invite a student here. So click that one. So this time, guys, the student don't know how to enter the classroom. It's because he or she don't know how. So this time the teacher will be the one to invite the student. So if we click this plus sign here or invite the student, type the name or email address. So in my case, you need to ask the student what is your email address. So gmail and .com, and then it will pop up here. So which means email address is unique. So there is no duplicate of your email address. So this one is the email address of my right screen. So take a look at this one, guys. Right. So let's invite this student. Invite. So if you click invite, guys, legion.deped@gmail.com is invited, but it is not yet confirmed by the student. So you go to your student account here, okay, and you go to Gmail. If you notice that, and there will be a email invitation, right? Invitation for, let's click this one. Let's read. Okay, so let's you are okay, Lydian invited you to the class St. Peter grade 12. So if you click join, guys, automatically this will be officially enrolled in your class. So join. Let's try. Let's just wait what happened. Then join the class, question mark, yes. So you are invited to join St. Peter. You're assigned to blah blah blah. So let's just wait. This is how you let your student enter. As a teacher, you can invite the student as well. Okay, so there you go. So it is being approved and confirmed by the student. So which means he is officially enrolled. Right? So those are the two ways to let your student into your classroom. Alright. So now let's move on to our cell phone mode. Now I'm going to remove this student. If you notice, guys, there are two boxes here. If we check this one, which means this is a single selection. But if you have lots of student, and then if you want to select them all, then you click this part here, right? So that one. Alright, so I'm going to select this and remove. Let's try on the cell phone part. Removing. Refresh, St. Peter, no more class, and back to the classes. I'm going to close this one. So go to the inbox, normal email address. So let's go to the cell phone mode. Now for the cell phone mode, I'm going to show you here. So this is the cell phone. Alright. So okay, I let my other screen. This one will be the student. This is a computer. Alright. So they are just the same. So I'm going to select the DepEd. Where is it? Here. St. Augustine. I'm going to refresh this one. I think I have two classroom yet. So I have 0 students. So how to add a student in your class, Google Class using mobile phone, right? So for example, St. Peter, let's go to St. Augustine again. Another example. So the first one here is where to locate the class code, or yeah, the class code of your class, because I'm using mobile phone. So it is not state on the first page. If we click on the this classroom St. Augustine compared to laptop, if we check on the laptop, guys, St. Augustine, the class code is already given on the first page, but in our cell phone there is no class code. So where to get that one? Now on your, let's show this one, on your upper right corner screen there is a gear, right? So which means settings. You click that one, you tap that one, and then you will see the class code here. So this is the class code that you're going to give to your student. All right. So the moment that you tap on that, if you tap on that, which means copied code, let's tap it again. Copied class code. So which means, yeah, it is being copied already on your mobile phone. Then you distribute this to your student. Okay. So I'm going to switch to student mode. So go to the classes. For example, I already copied the class code, and as a student, okay, I'm going to switch to my student account. All right. So for example, this is a student account. So I'm going to add or to join a class. So click the plus sign here, the top. Click the plus sign, join a class, and do you still remember the class code? So if you still remember, you're just gonna hold, then paste. If you memorize it, then very good. Then join. Right. So this is the other way of let your student join your classroom. The first way using mobile phone. There you go. So I'm in with St. Augustine classroom. So classwork people is only the teacher will be shown on my people. So classwork I don't have. So St. Augustine. There you go. All right. So I'm going to switch to my teacher mode. Teacher. All right. So if I'm going to check it here, I have one student in my St. Augustine. Who is it? So let's try to check. People here, people. There you go. So on mobile phone, you can have this option to remove the student. So if we check on our laptop or PC, you're just going to check before you remove or give actions to your student. So that's the difference of the mobile phone and the laptop in terms of removing the student. So in my case, if I'm going to email the student, choose the email. If I'm going to mute, then mute the student. If you're going to remove the student. So let's remove the student, right? So the second way of adding the student to your classroom using mobile phone is, so let's check first if I'm on the teacher mode. Yes, I'm on the teacher mode. So I have here some classrooms or class. I'm going to click St. Augustine again, and then I'm going to add the student manually. So because the student don't know how to enter the class code. So this time I'm using mobile phone to invite the student into my class. Right. So what was the email address of the student? Dot deped at gmail.com. There you go. It will pop up here. So which means this is the email address that I've going to invite. So that's, make sure that the student gives you the right email address, otherwise it will not be accepted, or you might invite anonymous, or I don't know, stranger students. So just click this one and then invite. So if you notice, guys, as here, okay, so it is invited, but it's not yet confirmed. So let's check it here on my. So of course, guys, if you have a Gmail application on your cell phone, so you can open that. So here it is invited, deep ed. So let's try to double check it here. So in my case, I have it here. Let's check. I'm going to refresh. There you go. So you're invited by blah blah blah. So I'm going to accept this, guys. I'm going to accept this. So join a class, and then yeah, join a class. Then you go back to your class. You refresh. There you go. So I'm in your classroom already, right? So that is a very simple way, guys, to add a student in your mobile phone. There, right? So there are two ways to add again. So the first one here is you give the class code to your student, and the student will be the one to enter the classroom using the class code. Or the second one is you will be the one to invite your student to your classroom using your email address. Right. So now, if you have more questions about this topic, so you can comment down below. Thank you for now, and goodbye.